Yeah.
Alright, yeah, welcome. Got some shit on my mind, but first, let's go ahead and take a walk. All right. Hopefully y'all can hear me. So welcome. Just taking a little walk, clear my mind a little bit, because I feel that's just kind of been the thing. So today is probably the first time I'm gonna try this type of kind of video, and you guys will see what I mean from the beginning before we get to this point. But welcome. You already know, I go by HT, Jesus, depending how close you can get to me. And today we just take a little walk, clear our minds, and just wanted to walk up here because I got some shit on my mind, you know what I mean? I definitely do. A little bit of everything. But first, thank you everybody for the birthday love. I appreciate it. Like I always say, I always do get mad love because, you know, I guess I'm lucky enough to get that love. But appreciate everybody that showed me that love. And that's kind of the first thing I wanted to touch on this little video. I wish I had brought the other stuff. Could have stand it, but I don't think I can stand it anymore. Well, that's interesting poop. But anyways, no, hopefully they don't pop up now. But anyways, the thing about my birthday is that usually, look, real quick, this is how my mind works. Ah! There it is. Y'all see that? See that little purple in the thing? My fault. Just real quick on Zoom. But the thing about my birthday, maybe it's definitely the way I grew up. I mean, an only child for most of my life. But I never really cared for it. If anything, I think my mom definitely, when I was growing up, the essential birthdays, she definitely tried. But I never really cared for it. It was not, you know, I think I cared when I was younger, like I was around, I guess, quote unquote, my friends or the people I was hanging out with at the time and spending that time with them. Probably I cared then, but other than that, I didn't really care. Never thought about it. It was just kind of this thing that, you know, the only way I think I did care in a way, I just try to spend it my way. Do things that I like, get the day off work, stuff of that nature. So, but in my adult age, when I did start caring about it, was at 33. That's when I actually cared about the day, the moment, and like turning one more year, you know what I mean? At 33. And due to that, I did try this year to actually enjoy myself, you know what I mean? I turned 34, by the way, but yeah. So I care now. I think maybe because I didn't value life as much maybe when I was younger. I didn't give two shits in reality, just because of everything that was kind of going on. I didn't really care. It was just whatever, just another day to a certain degree. And who knows, maybe next year feel like another day. But I think I started caring at 33 because I was like, man, why not? I deserve it, right? I've made it this far. You know, I should care a little more about myself. I should show myself a little more love and care, right? And I think that was kind of it. I didn't do that much when I was younger, or I wasn't taught to. One of the two, who knows, right? But I didn't really care for myself in that way enough where I thought I mattered. So I think when I did turn 33, that's when I said, yeah, we probably should care, you know what I mean? And 34 was kind of it was different. It was a different feeling for me, right? Because I think usually, just based on my family and stuff. Yo, real quick, look at these mountains though. Can I zoom in? No! Y'all see the mountains? But I think before I cared more about involving people, because I thought that's what you were supposed to do. Because like I said, my mom, when she did try at my young age, it was cool to hang out with certain people. And I think in my head that's what it was. And as I became an adult, certain people just don't know how to catch vibes. That's just the reality of it. You know what I mean? And I love those people. I appreciate those people, but certain people just don't know how to catch a vibe, make a moment, in the simplest ways, you know what I mean? And I think I'm very good at that. I'm very at capturing energy. I'm very good at bringing energy. I'm very good at making nothing out of something in the simplest way or in the most complex way. And at 33, I was kind of disappointed how that went, right? And it was on me though, 100% me, nobody else's fault. But at 34, I went in, I want to make sure whatever it is and whoever I choose to spend it with, it's that. And just stop trying to involve everybody. Because I'm telling you, man, people got bot personalities nowadays. I don't know. My brain don't function like that. I don't understand. And people just don't know how to catch vibes, you know what I mean? So I say all that to say this. I enjoyed my birthday for the first time this year in a really cool way, and that was cool. And it sounds simple and almost like insignificant to a certain degree. All right. Welcome back. Shout out to that. I don't even know what they're called, but they secure these type of natural places. Ranger, nice ranger lady. Shout out to her. But another point I wanted to make sure I get off my chest. I wanted, as you guys seen, I did a mock-up coffee competition thing, hosted by Loyal Coffee, and used the facilities of Sweet Bloom. Loyal Coffee is a roastery in Colorado Springs. Sweet Bloom is a roastery and coffee shop. Loyal Coffee is a coffee shop too in Colorado Springs. Sweet Bloom is a roastery and coffee shop here in the metro area. So, yo, when you find something that like just excites you, and like you don't mind scraping your knee or bumping your head just to learn more and understand this. And I feel like I've always had a deep connection with coffee. If you know me, I don't do anything, or I don't speak about, or I don't support certain things if I'm not fully in it for sure. So I've always, like, if the beginning of my pour over series, the Musing Cuppa show, I've always had a real connection with coffee, like, for sure, right? And you know, due to the normalities of this reality, you just, you know, you live life, you continue on, and, you know, you continue to drink coffee. But when I started doing the Musing Cuppa pour over series, when I started kind of doing the coffee vlogs more, and new Musing Cuppa episode coming too, from the last one, go check that one out, and a new coffee vlog coming soon here too. But I think coffee is really that avenue that I really want to get into in a real way, and I've been working on it beyond, like, what you guys see on video and stuff. And I want to really try to get into the industry in a real way, and that's where I'm at right now, kind of in this transitional place, you know what I mean? And yeah, and I think coffee's it. Coffee's something I really want to get into. Like, it's beyond the deep connection that I had, that it was for me in my childhood, and like I've said before, the positive influence that it was for me at a young age. Because like I said earlier, you know, I come from chaos, so I've always did have that true deep connection with it. But yeah, that coffee competition was amazing. Or that mock coffee competition, I should say. It was a mock-up. I came in last place. It was expected, but it was more about to get my feet wet and really understand what's going on, what's expected, the presentation, and how these things are judged. And it was just to get an update of the hardware and tech and technique of making coffee. Because as you know, my preferred way of making coffee is a pour over, right? But there's so much tech and different techniques going on, and making coffee is a real science, right? So coffee right now is my main focus. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not shy about it. It's where I want to be. It's what I'm attempting to do. Is I'm trying to transition, you know. So yeah, coffee is really it's a personal thing for me. You know what I mean? And I still believe it's really not that deep, because it's just coffee, right? It's really not that deep. But at the same time, for me, it is. Like everything else that I allow in my life or in my world, or I evolve, or I'm part of. It's really that deep, right? I don't expect anybody to understand it, you know? It's for me, you know what I mean? And right now, that's where I'm really at.